Greetings, guys. Today will be a short video. I wanted to read from James chapter 4, verses 13 through 17. And we're going to focus on a particular insight that you can get if you know the language of the New Testament, Koine Greek, and how it can help us solve some issues involving questions involving the sovereignty of God and the free will of man. Come now, you who say, today or tomorrow we will go into such and such a town and spend a year there and trade and make a profit. Yet you do not know what tomorrow will bring. What is your life? For you are a mist that appears for a little time and then vanishes. Instead, you ought to say, if the Lord wills, we will live and do this or that. As it is, you boast in your arrogance. All such boasting is evil. So whoever knows the right thing to do and fails to do it, for him it is sin. Very common, uh, commonly quoted text, especially in verse 15. People will make sure to say, if the Lord wills, we'll go here or there. But there's something within the Greek text itself that you're not going to pick up if you look at a regular English translation, that I want to zoom in here and show you in verse 15. Here we have in verse 15, onti to legain humas. Instead, you should be saying, it's an example of infinitive phrase involving onti, and then humas there is the accusative subject. But then we move into the actual conditional statement. Here you have the word eon. This is an introductory word for the third class conditional sentence. If eon ha kurios thalese, and here's the part right here, kai zasamin kai poesamin tutu a ekana. So in the third class, you have an example here of a cause and effect. If the Lord wills, and then you have in the second half of the conditional sentence, you have one kai, and then you have a second kai. And when you have these two kais, they form what's called a correlative conjunction. So the will of God controls both whether you will live and whether you will do this or that. So this automatically helps us to, when it comes to this great question about sovereignty and such, we have a direct statement in scripture that the will of God controls whether not only will you live, but even the plans that you of your own will make. The will of God extends even to that. And then the text is quite specific. Once you realize you have the two kais, the both and, the people who don't recognize the sovereignty of God in this area, they are guilty of the boasting, and all such boasting is panera, evil, the standard Greek word for evil. So when you see verse 17, the commonly quoted memory verse, therefore, to the one who knows to be doing the good and is not doing it, what is he referring to? People who don't recognize the sovereignty of God in their lives in toto. To that person, it is sin. So the sovereignty free will debate is not really a matter of opinion. An error where you would try and assume powers and control where you don't have is boasting, it's evil, and it's sinful. So we're able to come to that once again because we're able to realize the two kais form a correlative conjunction in the second half of the conditional sentence where the will of God and the protasis controls the hypothesis. And there's two of them. Another reason why learning the Greek of the New Testament is important because your English translations won't always pick up on this stuff, as is the case with the ESV that I read from today in this video. Hope you find this helpful. Hope it's something to keep you wanting to learn the languages of the New Testament, or if you haven't done so, to get started. So I hope you have a fantastic day and that you will always be well.